I really didn't want to share tonight because a lot of times being who I am and where I work seems to be a conflict of interest, okay? But what the gentleman, Mr. McGeorge, talked about was truth. Um, yes, we need to get involved with whom is already in trouble or on paper. Those are the kids who we need to reach. Um, as far as the curfew, do I believe it would work? It would work to serve the purpose, but is it really fair across the board? Because unlike um, my children are not street kids, um, but their mom come from streets. And should they be punished for a curfew because of a select few? And then you have sometimes where truancy is not even enforced, but you want to enforce a curfew. However, um, I come from public housing, right? And I come from the background where they talked about, where he talked about the switches or your neighbors get after the kids, and when the street light comes on, that was curfew. Um, if your parents were away working, whether it was a two household parent or one household parent, your neighbors, they come in and they check. If you're not in accordance with what's supposed to be going on, then you get in trouble by your neighbors. You used to get beaten by the principal or the assistant principal. However, there was structure. Now, nowadays, when you take discipline out of the home, because I'm one of them parents, I still believe in discipline. No child of mine is going to talk nothing disrespectful to me, and I'm going to demand respect, whether it's your kids or my kids. But I'm also that parent that would help other children. Now, in the job that I do, I see all kinds of differences, whether it's drug addiction, whether it's broken households, whether it's prostitution, whether it's whatever. But I agree with Mr. McGeorge. You have to bring them who has recovered into the environment that needs recovery. You must go to the source. It is sad when you see a huge disappointment. Because if you want to divide the city, okay, this is the average conversation on a day-to-day basis. Northwest Roanoke, they say it's boys in the hoods. Southeast Roanoke say it's Michael Jackson's Thriller. And it's not funny, but it is true. It's true. This city is still divided, still segregated, and no one's wanting to take accountability until it's too late, and then that's when we implement God into it. So this summer, what's really going to happen with our children? Not just the black children, all children, all children. Half of them, all of them, if not half of them, some of them is underfed, low-lying, low-level, poor environment, parents struggling. Some of the kids run the household. Some of the kids still the dope dealers, and the parents are now under the children of what they say. Not in my household. I run my household. It is not your responsibility to raise my child, but it's our responsibility as a community to help the children. So just because it's not happening in certain neighborhoods, sooner or later, it gradually goes to the neighborhood. So if it's not in your neighborhood or not in your area, you just forget about it. But unlike me, I work in a position where I'm in another neighborhood, and I put myself out there in that neighborhood as if I am a part of that neighborhood. So having curfew, it's a tricky situation because some kids don't deserve it. And those kids who don't deserve it are from all walks of life. But if you want to give curfew to somebody, give curfew to the kids or the grown-ups that's already on paper. You already have them labeled. give it to them. That's all I have.